Coming up on episode 13 of the Pint Taken podcast, it's award season. We're chatting about the prestigious World Cup of Beer Awards that happened last week in Indianapolis. Then the Pint Taken delivers a few awards on its own, celebrating some of the beers we've been able to experience since the inception of the podcast back in November. All of that, of course, and some jam-packed beer adventures with some brewery visits and all the like. But before any of that, let us introduce to your ear holes some introductory tunage. And what I mean is the debut drop of the Pint Taken's theme music as curated by our podcast friend Chris. There are a lot of Chris's, but this is a different one. So shout out to him. And without further ado,
on the table, sun sinking low, foam in the air where the good times flow. Raise your glasses to them days we know. Every sip you take, let the stories grow. Hop on the mic, it's a brewski show. Crisp like lager with a golden glow. Echoes in the night when the winds blow. In them pint glasses where the tales bestow. Pint taking, y'all, we're diving in deep. Where the barley and the hops never sleep. From ale to lager, let's take that leap. Feeling that vibe, so fly and so steep.
we're back in what one could say our natural habitat.
Yes, sir.
Just the duo.
Dynamic.
How's things, man?
Good, buddy. Good. Yeah. Just chilling. Just chilling. Getting ready for the weekend. Getting ready for this one.
Are you bacheloring right now?
I am. I'm riding solo, taking care of 3 little babies. They're dogs. They're not babies. I don't think anybody would trust me with that kind of responsibility. But yeah, Krista and Carly, they went on vacation without me. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's brownie points. What's the opposite of that? Because it's got to be an effect here.
I think somewhere along the way there was a flaming bag of something on the doorstep that I stepped in, and here we are. These are cards I'm dealt. But you know what? I mean, they're having a great time. I talked to them quite a bit already.
This is also why we drink beer sometimes, though. So
yeah. I got to sweep and mop the floors. So like fair trade off, I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good, man. So last episode, you were on location. So I was kind of curious, like kind of wrapping that up. How was that experience? It was a really cool visual, and it looked like some great dudes, and some great beer, some great food, and it was a cool experiment for us, and it worked out really well. But like, how was that experience?
Oh, it was wicked, man. I mean, like, shout out to all those guys, Stray Dog for hosting and Curry for putting it all together. And then even Heiko was like awesome to meet him, the hot sauce guy. All I can say was like fortunate that like we were involved and invited and whatever. And then just going, like, it was super weird representing the Pint Taken and you not being there, right? But I mean, that's a 7-hour drive for you. So, I mean, it's kind of understandable. But, like the venue is, you got to go there. You got to see it to believe it. Talking with Mark, Daryl, Remy, Heiko, all those guys were so well-spoken and they love what they do and you can just feel it. And then the crowd was great. The weirdest thing about it was that it was a hot wing eating competition, and there was no like clear winner. They all passed it. They all passed. They were chugging shot glasses of hot sauce at the end to prove their worthiness. But it was a wild scene. I had a little taste, and I felt like my face was gonna melt right off. So.
And you're pretty good with hot stuff, so that's saying something.
Yeah, it was hot, super flavorful. Like as far as hot sauces go, like super duper flavorful, but fire.
Damn. I would melt walking through the door. There's no chance. I'm not good with that stuff. Yeah. But man, to each his own. But yeah, it looked like a really, really cool time. And like, I think it's a cool thing because it sort of set the precedent of like, hey, we can pull this off pretty easy. So like, open the doors, right? Let's
adds like like a whole new quote unquote revenue stream for us. I mean, we don't make money at this, right? But I don't know another way to put it, like maybe just an avenue. But yeah, it really did open the doors for upcoming possibilities or potential things. Like we had talked in previous episode, like maybe reaching out to Doghouse, maybe reaching out
Yeah,
to
just ideas.
yeah,
Right?
like
Like
a
just
bunch of people going on location stuff, and yeah, it was awesome. I would 100% do it again.
Yeah, for sure. And like together would be cool. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll happen sometime. But yeah, it opens the doors for cool ideas for sure. And
Yeah,
that's
I think
we're down with that
together
stuff.
we should just like get together first. It's been since October. This is May.
Yeah,
Like that's far too long.
it is. Yeah, I agree. There's been several opportunities. It's just the timing's
Yeah.
not worked out for either one of us. So yeah, it'll happen though.
Oh yeah.
But thank God for the internet. We can do this. So
The interweb?
yeah, I'll tell you a little something too. So I ordered my beer fridge.
Yes. You were
So
telling me.
my garage beer fridge, the fun fridge we call it, that
Yeah.
was getting a little sloppy in there. It was getting kind of overfilled. So I had my eye on this. They call it a merchandising beer fridge. So it's got one of the sort of the taller ones with the clear
Okay.
glass, like you can
Oh
see.
yes.
So that's that's gonna go in the corner of the basement as I sort of build my little bar, kind of piece by
Yeah.
piece. But
Sweet.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. It actually shipped about an hour ago, so
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll see. I'll be able to keep my organization, my OCD in check.
So we were talking many episodes ago about that phobia, xenosilicophobia, the fear of
sounds
an empty
right.
glass. Yeah,
Yep.
because I googled it, and I think I googled in like the fear of empty glass or whatever, seno silicophobia, and that's we both have it. We've both developed
Yeah.
it now. It's full on, full bore.
I think it's worse because it's not just glass. It's like now my fridge, if it looks empty, I'm starting to be like, oh, or
Yeah.
like I'll have a bunch of beers that I haven't tried, and I'm like, I need more beers to try, and I'm like, I already have like 30 that I have never tried in there,
Yeah,
but I'm like, but it's like,
Right?
It's I mean, it's an obsession really, but
it kind
it's
of
a lot of fun.
It
Yeah.
is fun, like, but with the craft beer, yeah, we might buy a lot of beer, but we don't drink a lot of beer at one time. Like, we're not sitting
Absolutely,
down
yeah.
with 24 beer and getting blackout drunk. Like, we want to have a beer and we want it to taste really good. So, having 85, 192 beers in a fridge, it's not a big deal.
No, it's true, and it's not like we're sitting here on a Wednesday night and you're drinking like five beer. That's
No.
just not how it works. But yeah, it's just like once in a
has
while
happened,
you're
though.
like, you kind of think you're like, oh, there's that one I know is sitting there,
Yeah,
and I need to indulge. But
a chocolate covered strawberry bestowed.
oh god, it's still in my fridge, man. It's
You
still
know what?
there. I
don't
checked the
even
date
know.
on it today. I'm like, it's waiting for you. So I'm not. I'm holding off people from trying to try to
Maybe
get
the
it.
end of this month, I have a ball tournament down past London,
Yep.
at the very last weekend of May. So I'm thinking, and you kind of inception this into my brain. I'll probably come down like the day before the tournament after work, and I'll just stay at your mother and father-in-law's house.
Yep.
And it'll probably be 11 o'clock, and I would have to come to your house during the daytime. You'll have to work from home that Friday.
Oh, that's not a problem. Not a problem.
And then we'll have a couple of garage beers, and then I'll
That will
mosey
be
on,
one of them, hopefully.
mosey on to the ball tournament. I think that'd be
Yeah, man. That's
that'd be good.
the next step in our plan. So
Yeah.
that's good.
That's the next. I'm just curious what the next wrench is going to be in that plan. So,
No wrenches. No wrenches.
Better not be. I'll tell you.
I'm thirsty. I don't
Yes.
know about you.
Yeah, always.
So I'll go, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah,
'cause
go
it's
ahead.
staring right at me here. So I decided to select. I don't even know if you've seen this before. So as I'll mention in a minute about Beer Adventures, it's I went to Left Field in Toronto.
Of course
And
you
I
did.
picked up
Of course you did.
I picked up a squeeze play, but a
Yes.
pink lemonade sour.
I have seen this. I want to
Yeah.
have this.
I only saw it in their big fridge, but
Nice one.
yeah, I thought something nice and light. I actually had, I'll be honest, I had a one from Rorschach picked out that was a septuple IPA, and I
What?
was I was I was
What?
like not tonight.
This is a thing?
It's a thing. It's an octuple dry hopped septuple IPA. I don't even know if that's correct, but
That's a really nice color.
whoa, yes.
Whoa.
Settle.
Whoa.
Settle.
Easy.
Okay. In my third moon glass. Sorry, guys.
You need a
false
left field
advertising.
glass.
That's pinker than I expected, but
Yeah?
yeah. Ooh, it does smell like pink lemonade, but I like that.
Down the hatch.
Right. Cheers to being back in business here.
Yes, sir. Oh, that was a gulp.
That's about right. That's about what I was expecting.
So you've had another pink lemonade sour.
Jelly King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the comparables here?
I think I like this a little better.
Yeah.
Actually. Yep. Maybe, and I find too it's hard because I find mood that's a lot for me. Like, what mood am I in? Am I looking in the fridge? I'm like dark, light, sour, just big beer or something. Like it just depends on mood. So maybe tonight I'm more in the mood for this. But the Jelly King I actually had out. But this I do like this a lot. Sour for sure, and it does taste like pink lemonade. But that's pretty nice. I wanted something light tonight, so I was like, "Yep, that's the one."
That's fair.
Really nice. Yep, I am happy.
Good. We are opposites because I felt like something dark. Again, I'm home all alone, aside from the dogs and every single light on in the house. I don't know why that is, but that's
You scared?
I guess
you scared?
the boogeyman. But and we'll talk about this in beer adventures. But I have here a Lake of Bays barrel aged series oak aged stout.
Yep, that could not be more opposite.
Yeah, absolutely opposite. So
I like it.
I was looking in the fridge and I had another one kind of chilled, ready to go, but then I wasn't feeling that, and this one was staring at me, so I wanted this one.
Yeah, I bet you that's like black. It just sounds like a
We're gonna find out here, and I'm gonna put it into my Lake of Bays glass.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and
nice swag, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is my brand new Lake of Bays hat.
Geared up.
And we'll talk about this in beer adventures, and have a new T-shirt from a brewery that I've recently, I've had more beers from them because we went on a little trip that had nothing to do with beer, but it ended up being all about beer for me.
Well, yeah,
I appreciate Carly for dancing.
If it turns into that, I mean,
during my brewery tour. So here's this guy.
She should be thanking you,
right? Wow, is that ever nice? It's as I pour it, it's dark, but you can see through it for sure. Whoa!
Some good head.
Why, thank you. Nice can.
Nice cans, good head.
Yep. It's a kid show, ladies and gentlemen. Kid show. Well, that's
what's the percentage on that?
5.6 question mark.
Just a regular Joe.
4.7. Okay. Excuse me.
Oh, jeez.
That's
light.
I think that's kind of why I picked it, because my baseball number's 47. So anything relatable.
I
have like a Sidney Crosby thing like that.
Yeah, Tom Glavine, baby.
Yeah, Tom Glavine. Nice one.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know me in numbers, man. I remember
numbers
every jersey
and music.
number. Yeah, any jersey number that's ever existed, I probably remember. Let me think of all the 47s there's been. Tom Glavine came first to mind.
It's such a cool looking
Then
number,
I think it's you after that.
I think, I know a couple of 47s through like our softball community.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, beer's getting warm.
Cheers.
Welcome back.
Absolutely. I'm still surprised that's a light percentage for like a dark beer. You don't see that often.
That's really. Oh, there it is. At the very end. I took that inhale at the very end. That's when I got the barrel aged. But wow, that's really, really light. For a stout. Like it's thinner. Yeah. It's not a milk stout or anything like that. It doesn't say anyway. Highly, highly recommend.
Yep.
But I highly recommend a lot of Lake of Bays stuff anyway because I really like them.
And I'm gonna say you probably
Yeah.
don't see that in like LCBO anywhere. That's something probably right out of the store, eh? Right out of the location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think I have never seen it anywhere else. So
Hmm.
that's really nice. It's not real coffee, but it's barrelly. I don't think that's a word, but
It's a barrel of monkeys.
yeah, Mom says if you say a word 3 times, so barely, 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 it's a word now.
Life
But it's
is
good.
but a
It's
dream.
really good. Yeah, I like
Nice.
it. You'd like it.
That should. I would. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
like, there was one. I want to say it was Whitewater did one that I was surprised that, like, oh, this is dark, and it was like, wow, it's like not barely 4%, and it was a really nice light. Yeah, I'll have to look it up, but I remember really enjoying it because you're thinking anything dark, you're like at least 6%. You're thinking
Yeah.
all the time, but yeah, it's often higher too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
The other thing I like about this one is a black can, and it's got like a bunch of barrels on it. It's really nice.
Did they change your logo?
No, it's always been like that. LB.
Huh. I don't know. It just looks different on that can. I feel like there was more to their logo. Kind of like that though.
Well, usually it says Lake of Bays around it.
That's probably what it is, like your
around
hat.
this. Yeah, like the hat there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of then.
Not a sponsor.
Yet.
Throw that out there.
Hey guys.
Heyo.
So beer adventures.
Yeah.
It's been like, I mean, if you think back before the last episode, we got really like 3 weeks worth.
Yeah.
Anything of note for you? We did some brewery visiting, each of us on our own time, but
I went,
we got around a little bit.
Well, like I said, I mean, we did Stray Dog, and I think I had every beer on their menu there.
Yeah. Appropriate.
Because they were so good. They had this wicked color beer. It was a raspberry lager.
Oh,
You would have
that's
bought
in my wheel. That's
you
my
would have
wheelhouse,
bought
yeah.
all of them. They was so good. It was like that pinkish purpley.
But then a lager
color.
is so drinkable, like it's so
It was crushable for sure. Like
it's not your sour, it's not your ghost. It's like lager just kind of goes down, right?
Yeah,
so
you're
a little.
If you're watching in episode 12 or you want to go back or whatever, you can see a lot of people behind us at the counter, and that's what they're getting. It's
Really
unmistakable that that's what they're getting. Yeah.
Wow.
I had it. Krista had it. It was wicked because she joined us there.
Yes.
I had two really notable ones from Stray Dog. The Deserted, which was a toasted coconut stout. It was an 8%er.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I mean, if you gotta like coconut,
Yeah,
number one.
I
You
do.
gotta like stouts and you gotta like coconut.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like eating a Bounty bar or whatever. It was just like a really nice subtle toasted coconut flavor, and then on a stout on top of that. Wicked. And then Mark had recommended. Mark is one of the owners and founders, and he had recommended the Jagged Little Pilsner.
The Pilsner, yeah,
And he
it's a
said
popular one.
it's a one of like once per year because the process takes so long. And I had that, and thank goodness he recommended that because it was wow, so good, so good. Yeah, I mean, I did Stray Dog, and then last weekend we were at a dance competition in Huntsville, and they have two breweries there. One that I'm very familiar with, Lake of Bays, and
LOB.
one that I am becoming more familiar with, which is Canvas, which is the shirt that I'm wearing. Yes,
Yep.
so
Represent.
we stopped off at Lake of Bays. We had supper at the brew house, and it never disappoints. The food is always good. The beer is always good. I had a flight there, plus a pint, plus I brought 8 home.
Did damage.
Plus I bought a hat. So I mean, they got my money for sure. But hey, I've liked those guys for a long, long time.
You have endless enjoyment now. So
yeah, I get to look at this hat.
Yes.
Well, I get to look at this hat and then remember that amazing night we spent together. There were other people there, but
did you call him the next day?
no.
Uh-oh.
I didn't, but
That's trouble.
we'll see each
It's
other
complicated.
again. Yeah,
It's
we'll see each other
complicated.
again. And then, so after we had supper, Krista and Carly and Brody was with us for the weekend as well. They wanted to go watch the competition. And I'm like, well, you're not dancing. I'm kind of buzzed a little bit. I want to keep the good times rolling. I just like heel-toed it down onto Canvas Brewing Company and
Yep.
had a flight down there as well.
There you go.
So just all by myself listening to the live music, which the live music down there, this one guy, he was doing cover songs. He was wicked. He was
Yeah.
wicked. I don't remember his name. Again, I've already had a flight, 2 flights plus a pint. Like I'm feeling incredible.
Cover guy. Yeah.
Yeah, cover guy.
Yep.
Yeah. So many good beers.
It's a good time.
So
It's a
many
good
good
time.
beers. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, so lots going on. So your brother Graham came up here a couple
Yes.
weeks ago. He was in town with his oldest daughter for a concert.
Mhm.
So of course got together with him and Chris at your parents' house. So we had some scattered beers. It wasn't like our typical, 8-hour long day of tasting in the sun in the backyard.
Sure.
It was quick, and they were just here for the night, and we not like we stayed over, but
Yeah.
we had some scattered beers. We did have 2 from our old friends at the Badlands.
Ooh.
Not murdered yet, guys, but
Yeah.
we had 2 that were called Forks of the Credit and Terracotta, which if people don't know, obviously from around here, they're like provincial parks, conservation areas are named after those.
Yeah.
They were okay. Nothing to write home about. They were just whatever. But we were having beer and some good chats, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about that. A couple of random ones I had in there was it's called Nanaimo, but it's a Nanaimo, but it's actually not called Nanaimo. It's just called Nanaimo, but it's from Willibald.
Yes.
I didn't get much. It was a 12%er, but I didn't get a lot of Nanaimo bar. It just was a chocolatey kind of,
Sure.
not bad. Cool can. It was a cool can. I also had, I never checked this in, Soul, the Mexican lager. Yeah. And there's a bit of a story about this. So shout out to my buddy Andy. When we were back in university, this was like really where I started drinking a little bit. Like I wasn't much before that. And I remember having Soul one night at some guy's house. And I remember he'll laugh at this, but I remember saying it tastes like blood and rust. 'Cause it was just like the Soul is like a kind of cheaper version of Corona, right? It's just like that cheap Mexican lager. And I remember like not being a beer guy at all at the time, and just this tastes like blood and rust. Like what? Like I just didn't. And so that quote still lives to this day. But yeah, checked in a Soul, so got to get the basics in there too, right?
Absolutely.
I had one from High Park Brewery, which I don't know a lot about. They're obviously in the city, High Park in Toronto, called Black Magic. It was a really cool combination of like a dark, sour, chocolatey, but it was like a weird, like you'd never expect that to work, and it was actually pretty solid.
Huh.
Had the sumptuous coconut from Third Moon, really dark, really good. It was like the delicious coconut. I always think of Graham now with coconut just because he hates it so much.
He hates it.
I think I like it more by the beer. Like more beers that have it, I just like it even more. But yeah, he's just like, he could smell it because I think I had it there while we were together, and he was like, nope. He walked by and was like, I can smell that from like up here.
And coconut is such a delicious flavor.
Oh no,
it really is.
It's
Like
so
the good coconut.
Yeah,
not the
little bits. Like I don't like the little bits. Just give me the flavor. Like give me a coconut cream pie with nothing else. Just that. Yeah, but I'll take the bits if I have to, but like I'd prefer not. But
sure.
Then so I went. So a few of the breweries I hit was after basketball one night. I went down. I kind of went. I'm in the middle of the city, so I kind of went east to Rorschach, and then I hit Left Field on the way back over.
Yeah,
it was like an hour and a half of just driving around, but it was nice out. It was in the city.
Sure.
I didn't get to Blood Brothers, although from before I hit them earlier, and I had their half and half sour cherry chocolate cake. Holy that! Like think of like mixing cement. Like it was so thick,
but so good.
Oh my god, it was amazing. Like
that half and
to
half
me,
series
it was
wild.
Oh, it's amazing. I can't wait to see the next weird combination because you talked about that blueberry French toast, which was not there. I literally asked. I asked 2 different people just in case someone didn't know. I was like, hey, is this? Do you still have this?
You hiding a can somewhere?
Your man said no here, but Like, I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have it. So this is the next best thing. But it reminded me a lot of Black Forest cake. That's what I think of. And I don't love Black Forest cake, but like just a chocolate, like just, oh my God, the chocolate cake. I couldn't believe how they nailed that. And I also had one called, actually I'll reveal it later when we talk about one of our topics. But it was a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got several beers from Rorschach and Left Field, and I just kind of like, I'm just starting to get a couple of them now. So I haven't really got into them yet, but they're there waiting for me. I did try from the Squeeze Play series though that you've been talking about.
Yeah,
I've never seen them in any store here, but at the brewery they were there, so I got the Concord Grape and the Cherry Pie Sour, both like
fire,
like,
just fire, so good.
And still doing the small cans, like for some of them. Like this one though, this Squeeze Play is a tall boy, which is ideal. Yeah. But yeah, still the small cans. And then the Rorschach, had a couple from there. They were first of all, one thing I'll say about those venues, very, very cool places. And I can imagine this summertime they are rammed because it's this cool vibe. Like the ambience is like, it's like dim. It's like just kind of hip. Like it's Left Field. I was really surprised at how new it was. Like it was a very like modern, but it's right in Liberty Village, which is like sort of built up to be this like young professional kind of area, but like really cool. Like if we can get there at some point, would be cool to spend like even an hour just chilling there.
Let's spend
really
8
cool
hours
spots. Or 8 or 9. Yeah.
Do they have hammocks? Can we sleep there? Do they sell food?
I didn't see, but they might.
Can we bring our own hammocks?
They do have food. They absolutely have food. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. It's a jam. Rorschach, I had one Decadence almond chocolate bar. Solid. Didn't get the almond so much, but pretty good. The Jolly Bean series they have, there was a lemon lime candy, which is interesting because you think lemon lime, there's lots of lime beers, but this you could really taste the candy. Pretty good. I have another one in the fridge that's a sweet pineapple, a juicy pineapple, I think it's called. So I'm kind of hanging on to that one.
Sure.
That one's for a special occasion, I guess.
Okay.
And then there was one, this is the last one I'll mention is, have you seen on their website the one called Haterade?
I have seen the Haterade.
It's like based on like a sports drink, right? So it's based on like the Glacier Frost or something like that.
Sure.
And it's the coolest color. It's like a teal-y green.
I saw that.
And I actually was surprised at how little flavor it had. Like I was expecting, I guess, maybe a sports drink.
Sure.
But like, there's like a faded resemblance like to the Gatorade version. But I was expecting to be like, whoa, but like it actually was pretty mild. So it was a little less than I expected. I think I had a little higher expectation for that one, but I had to remind myself I'm not drinking a sports drink. So
I love the picture on a tap that you put it in your Pint Taken glass.
Oh yeah, and it's like this cool greeny color. It looks like a St. Patrick's Day beer when they drop the food coloring in. It's pretty cool. Actually, look like your shirt. Haterade.
Yeah, it was nice.
It good stuff.
It looked like a good color. Yeah.
I noticed that you're not wearing though the Sarcastic Comedian shirt. Yeah. But they have been in the news recently. I believe there was something I read about, but a rumored new release coming out.
Yeah, well, merch it's on the boat on the way over. It's currently passing the Suez Canal. But yeah, the Sarcastic Comedian Beer Company, it is May. We did just pass Cinco de Mayo. But we're coming out with a new series, and it's a Polar Vortexian series. So this one here, and it's very important for all of our watchers, to head over to the social pages and see this new beer label, because you're gonna really enjoy this. It is called the Polar Vortexians Research Laboratory, Maybach style. It's got neon lights. It's got a barn. It's out in the middle of nowhere. There's cans everywhere. And yeah, it's
don't threaten me with a good time. Jesus.
It took me quite a while to create this art on the AI, but
like 10 paragraphs of details.
I think I did it for an hour. It was like, use this image, but add, use this image, but add, use this image, but change the spelling to the correct spelling. Correct the spelling. Like, they're just, AI's not that great at spelling, but But the reason the Sarcastic Comedian Beer Company chose Maybach is because in the Bavarian area, the spring is so short. So May, M-A-I, actually is German. It's May, the month of May. So
Yeah.
this style of beer is brewed specifically for the month of May.
Interesting.
May release. Here
Yep.
we are. We're living
Here it
the
is.
dream here. Yeah. So, couple things of note. It's malty. It's got a little bit of a caramel, nuttiness, toastiness. It's slightly sweet, and crushable. It's gonna be if it's coming from SCBC. That's what we're calling ourselves. Also SCBC.
I like it.
It's definitely going to be crushable. So head over to Facebook, Instagram, check the pick art out, and yeah, it's that's the May release for Sarcastic Comedian.
Is there a lineup right now? Is there like?
We're actually rebrewing the stock because the polar vortexians in the research may have depleted a barrel or two. So you'll see on the pick art. Yeah.
We will release that then immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent. So the inventory grows by the episode.
Yes.
God, man, we got to get someone to launch some of this stuff.
Broken Pancreas, you're up next.
Yep, I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
On the clock.
I look forward to your idea.
The creative juice has got to get going.
Yeah, creating your beer label for you. I look forward to that. So. Yeah,
that's it's so much. Like, there's so many elements of it that it's fun. Like the name, the describing what it is, and like while you're describing it to yourself, you're like tasting it. And you're like, oh, that's yeah. And then the ideas just go.
And I've actually decided that like I'm going to create a Polar Vortexians series. So like you're drinking the Squeeze Play series.
Yeah,
I have the Barrel Aged series. It's going to be a Polar Vortexians, and they're going to do a bunch of things. I have 3 ideas already for the next, like, obviously I can't do it every single month because that would be boring for us and for everybody else. But, 4 months, 8 months down the road, whatever, drop another port. What are the Polar Vortexians up to?
Especially starts to get colder out. That's when they come out from hibernation.
Absolutely, right? So, yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of good times, so one of the things we were talking about, what we're going to talk about this episode is, so the title of the episode is called Awards Season. So there's something that happened last week. It's called the World Beer Cup. And what this is, you're probably thinking, what the hell is the World Beer Cup? It sounds, it's as cool as it sounds, right? So it's a global competition. So they kind of refer to this as the Olympics of beer. Yeah. And it's considered by many, and it's a global thing, so it's by many to be like the most prestigious beer awards in the world. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. And as I was looking into it, like I seen the name, I seen a couple headlines. I was like, what is this about? Like, and and I'm kind of going through it, and I was looking up some stuff. So I got some facts and just some numbers and things like that, just to like highlight what the heck this is and that how important it is to some people in the industry. It's a really cool thing. It's been going on since 1996. So it celebrates like the science and art of brewing, and it has like it celebrates like excellence of beer in like more than 100 categories. Like it's insane how detailed they go, right? And it really gives you perspective to like how many styles of beer there are out there. We think we see a lot when we walk into breweries or stores and just see like a wall full of beer. It is so much more than that. It is insane. And as you go out farther in the world than just like our little vacuum of Canada, like it's insane out there. So this like highlights all that stuff, right? And it rewards these people that do this stuff. Like they have certain like crazy judges that come. They have like experts, all this stuff. Like, I didn't see anything on LinkedIn about being like a beer taster like that. That'd be pretty.
On LinkedIn.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second, job profile. I'm qualified.
Yeah. What do you have to? You have to have taste buds. I think. Yeah. Is that the criteria? Done. You have to like beer. Check.
We're 13 episodes deep, man. Come on.
Yeah. We could do this. I've tasted 932 beers. I know what I'm doing.
And it's cool because the results, like they have a big web page and stuff, and it's like all the
Yeah.
winners are announced, and like so it kind of gives the public a chance to like look at different beers and stuff. Especially you can sort it. There's actually like a big grid on their website, and you can sort it by country, by the style of beer, by the like. What they do is they hand out like gold, silver, and bronze awards.
Yep.
And you can see like who's won what, and it's really fascinating as you kind of look into it.
Yeah.
So this recent one happened last week on May 1st in Indianapolis. So it's in America, I think, most of the time, but it is absolutely global.
Sure.
So it's in conjunction with what they call the Craft Brewers like conference and Brew Expo.
Right.
America. So it's kind of like they host it, but it's like a global thing. So here's a few numbers for you. So just to give you an idea of what the size of this is like. And there's like a live stream on their website that you can go and watch the whole thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you watch some of it, they hand out awards so quickly. Like I think they have to get through so much. I don't know. I'm sure that's edited down to a bit, but there's just like it's like 30 seconds a category, and they're just pumping through and they're giving out the awards. It's really cool to kind of I didn't watch the whole thing. It's like 2 hours long, but I saw enough that I was like, wow, this is a machine.
Yes.
But just for perspective, there's 800. There was this most recent 25 version. There was 8,375 entries for different beers.
Is that how many beers Chris is at now?
That's one more than Chris. He's at 8,374.
Oh, okay. Chris, you got some work to do, buddy.
Yeah, I know, right? Saddle up.
Wow.
There's 1,700. Yeah, and there's 1,761 breweries. Like that's just in this competition. There's other if you look around, there's other competitions, but I think this is like the standard. 49 different countries, 117 different categories. So I'll explain about the categories in a second. But there's 265 judges from 37 different countries. And so in this last one, they gave out 349 different awards. So like this thing is massive. Like it is. Yeah, it's very prestigious. Like if you win what I read too was that they don't necessarily always hand out a gold in each category or a silver. Like there's usually what they try to do is identify like 3 great beers that they can give like gold, silver, bronze to. But then sometimes there's no bronze or there's no silver. Like if they don't reach the 3 that they feel are exceptional, they don't do it. So, I guess there's 349 awards given. So most of them do have that. So if you're winning one of these awards, like this is like establishes you as
something. You're doing something right. I'm curious, and I'm curious, and I'm sure you're going to get into this. Like, you're not sending a sample, right, by mail.
No,
you would think you'd have to bring a keg with an aerator or a kegerator or something. Yeah. To just. I'm very curious about this.
That would be interesting to learn more about how, like, if you go to their website, it gives you a lot of basic information, but it'd be really cool to know, how they do all that. How does the beer get there? Is it different for everybody? Do they transport? Like and they're coming from all over the world. So it's fascinating to know how this all takes place. I'm sure it takes the year to plan it. I did kind of look up and see where is the 26 World Beer Cup, just in case,
maybe it's in conjunction with the Dubai 2026 Olympics, which the Polar Vortexians will be at.
If we were only so lucky.
Yeah, right.
But there's no
city on a long weekend.
There's no city mentioned yet. So if they said Toronto or Acton,
Pembroke. Hey, Acton's already getting its time to shine.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
You're going to be on the CBC real soon.
Oh man, I know. We're outside my house and wait outside for them. So the categories, this is what I was trying to understand too, was so I think when you think of like a winner, right? It's not like, oh, this is the best beer period ever. So the way they do the categories, just kind of 4 main beverage styles is the way they do it. So there's they call the hybrid mixed beer. That's one. There's 4 pillars. So it's like that one, which has your fruit, your wheat, your pumpkin, your kind of specialty stuff, chocolate, coffee, your strong beers, barrel aged would fit in there. So this is one whole bucket. And in that, there's probably 30 to 40 sub beers in there, sub styles. It's crazy.
Fruit
then there's
sour.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many layers to it. Lager style beers. So there's your light, your dark, your hoppy, your international.
Yeah.
you start going into like your European and German beers, your North American, like that's your lager stuff. Then there's like ale style, and as we know, like ales are a big thing now.
Yep.
There's the stouts, the desserts, the pastries, the pale ales, all the versions of the IPAs, the hazy, the West Coast, the New England, all that stuff. There's the
Yeah.
Kolsch's and the Gozes and the Weisses and the Porters. Like that's all in that ale family.
Oh, wow.
And then like you should see it when you look at the list. It's like ales, and then it's just like scrolling of like all the different
Yeah,
subcategories.
I could only
Like,
imagine.
it's like the people that it must take to put this on is just incredible.
Yeah.
And then the last one is ciders. It's like one big bucket. There's no like
Just
it's just like
ciders.
cider. Yeah. It's interesting. They're like they kind of like push cider to the side. They're just like, yep, you're a bucket, but we don't define what styles.
The adopted redheaded stepchild, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on, cider.
I guess you can be a part of this too.
Yeah. I know, it's a big deal now. So that's the kind of funny thing, right? Because I think you're thinking a lot of people probably think like it's like who won the big award, but like it's
Yeah.
just it's so segmented into different things that there's no one winner. There's lots of gold winners that I'm sure.
There's not like a best in show kind of deal.
Yeah, or like a champion or anything. It's not
Right.
like it's a yeah. So that's
They're
where
all
I guess
winners.
it.
They're all
That's the
winners.
thing.
Are they
they're making
cold
beer
beers?
for a living? I mean, that's,
Yeah. If they're cold, they win. Like, perfect. In my books, anyway.
it's liquid. It's cold.
Yeah. It's
It
beer.
resembles
it's,
a beer.
It's perfect. I love it. Yeah. 5 out of 5.
So you're probably wondering, as most people are, how did Canada do?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, how did we do over here? So
Yes, I am.
there's a lot of categories, but Canada won a gold.
Yep.
It does sound like the Olympics. A gold, 5 silver, and 3 bronze. So in different categories. So I actually kind of listed them out here. So I'm going to read, just give the shout outs to the appropriate, like this is a big deal for you to win.
Yeah. You did something right.
Yeah. So the gold for a second was for a Belgian style sour ale in that category. It was a brewery called the Establishment Brewing Company, and they won with a beer called their I think it's Earlton Street 5. It's called, and they won gold. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, right? We would never see that around here, but shout out to them. I never actually captured where they were from, but
that was going to be a follow-up question for me, but you answered. So we're all good.
That will take more research. The others I actually did capture where they were from.
Okay.
So the silvers were microbrewery La Souche in Quebec.
Okay.
There was one called Blind Enthusiasm Brewing in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Lake Brewing in Sylvan Lake, Alberta.
Road
then
trip.
we had road trip. Alberta and BC has a few of these, so we got to head out west. Shakedown Brewing in North Vancouver, and then Four Wings Brewing in Delta, BC. So out west, they've been doing the work.
Yep.
So road trip out there. So they won silvers. I didn't write down
100%.
like all the categories and stuff. You could find it all, but and then the bronze, there was Unibrew, which is in Chambly, Quebec.
Right.
And then I think Non-Such, I believe it's called. Non-Such or Non-Suck. It's NONCSUCH. And that's out in Winnipeg. And the last one I saved till the end because you were familiar with this one. It's Cold Bear Brewing. Picked up a bronze, and they're from Arnprior, which is close to you.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes away, and I at the iHeart Beer and Taco Festival, I met up with Hugh, founder, head brewer, gentleman, and I tasted it, and unbelievable. I can look, obviously knowing what I know now, but looking back to that, I could see why, they submitted it.
Mm-hmm.
And just, shot in the dark, maybe. Maybe they didn't think anything of it, as most Ottawa Valley people are very modest and humble. And, it's like, hey, let's just try this. And Hugh definitely gave me that vibe. But then to win bronze, wow, yes, I will. I'm going to try to hit them up anyway and try to bring them on the podcast. Maybe they'll be a little busier coming up. But yeah, if you're around or you know me and we're around this area, I would say go to Arnprior and hit up the Czech style dark lager. Wow, really, really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So kudos to those guys.
Yep.
Like you said, doing something right, and cool to see. So Canada represented a little bit there. So
Well, they should really.
you know what the interesting part is too is like the Colbert win. It's the only one from Ontario. I was shocked by that. I was like, whoa.
That is a little shocking.
That is weird, right?
But like I had also never heard of I'd never heard of these awards.
Yeah.
Up until like I saw it on a social media page. Cold Bear had shared that they had won, and you know, I'll pump their tires, but I love that they pump their own tires on this particular instance because it's very well deserved, right? Yeah. I love like what you said at the beginning that it's, you know, they're celebrating or maybe I'm paraphrasing, celebrating the art and science of making beer. And that's what we're doing. You and we're doing that right now. And for them to, you know, big up themselves. Yep. I'm all about it. And then
that's what sparked the idea of this was you told me about that. You said something about they won an award and I was like, what award? And then you kind of dig in and it's really fascinating. I'd love to know more about how all the inner workings of it, but that on the surface is just the basic, like in a nutshell, what it is and that it exists and it's an annual thing and it's been going for 30 years basically. And it's, and I'm sure it gets more and more complex and grows every year with the number of beers out there and the number of breweries that keep opening and like it'd be pretty cool. So, you know, if it ever comes close, it may be something to go visit if you know, if the chance presents itself. That'd be fun.
If like what do they do after with all that other beer?
With all the beer.
Like you don't think they're bringing a growler, let's say, like, and I've seen growlers kind of fall off the market. Now everybody's just canning as opposed to selling growlers, but you know, it's not like they're just bringing a growler and pouring it in and giving like a mouthful of beer to a judge. They're probably bringing a keg, like a mini keg or whatever. What are we doing with the rest of that?
These are the questions that have to be asked. Behind the scenes.
And we're the men to ask them.
Yeah, because we're curious.
Are you throwing that away, or are you willing to give it away for free?
Like, wait. What are you doing there with that?
Yeah.
What do you...
If you pour that down the drain, that's alcohol abuse, and we can't have that.
That's what we stand for.
Yeah. Sit down mostly, but...
So that's the World Beer Cup in a nutshell, just to highlight what that is. So on the back of that, piggybacking that idea, I thought, you know what, like we've been doing this for a few months now, and we've drank some beer in that time.
One or two.
At the moment from the first episode, the count that I have is I've drank since November 24th, there's our first episode, I've drank 158 unique beers. You've drank 164. So we're very close. So we're at the same pace. So that's good. But I thought, hey, it'd be kind of cool if we give out some of our own awards for beer, the beers that we like. So I suggested that to you. It was like something, again, the creative juices flow. And
something to do,
These are not your gold, silver, bronze. These have funny names and they're very specific kind of questions or awards that we're giving out. So the parameters of this is we're going back to the first episode. So November 24th, we're going to go back and it's only the beers we've drank since that point in time.
We're going back to the future.
So we're going to give out eight awards. So it's the award, and then we're each going to have our pick for each, and we're going to hand out some awards. And I pitched to you earlier too, like this would be cool actually to do at the end of the year too, when we have a full year's worth. But for now, let's get into what we feel are our favorite things here. So before I get into the first award though, I wanted to give a quick honorable mention. So I mentioned this, just the one, but I mentioned this in the Beer Adventures that I said I would say it later. It was won by Blood Brothers, and I didn't know what to expect from this. So this award, this custom award, I called it the WTF was that I'm not so sure I can stand up award. And what that is it was a beer called Dalton by Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
This was an
I saw this one.
18% wild ale. Came in a small can. It had raspberry, blackberry, and it had Willibald gin. And thank God it came in a small can because that sucker was potent. I drank it, like I opened it thinking it's probably just a wild ale. I'm still on the fence with wild ales, but this had the gin in it, so it's a collaboration with Willibald, right? So Oh my God. I took 4 drinks and I was lightheaded. Like this sucker was, I was like, what is this? And then I'm looking at it
You
more and
guys
I'm kind
got
of looking.
you guys got
Yeah.
a food menu?
Um, well, I was sitting at my desk. So
Oh man,
yeah, I was just sipping it, but I was like, and you could really taste the gin. It was wow.
sure,
Like I
potent.
wouldn't say it was like yummy. It was just like whoa, like shockingly like powerful.
And you said
18%.
that's the over the tap series or something like that they do? Blood
Yeah,
Brothers?
there's a can. It's called Dalton, and it's like got over the top on it. It's a small little
Over
can
the top. Okay.
over the top, or maybe it is. No, it is over the top, but
Yeah.
it's a take on Over the Top, which
Gotcha.
is an old movie from the 80s. But it's
Okay.
yeah, just a very shocking, shocking
18%.
revelation. 18%. Yeah, I don't even think that's legal.
And
but-
there was a time that you wouldn't even touch an 8%.
no, that's
And
true.
it's not even that long ago. So like, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Hey
of
man, 18%. It took me 3 days to drink it, but
you.
that's 6% a day.
That's okay.
No, I finished it, but I got sleepy at the end.
I bet. I bet.
So we're gonna reveal our so I called them the Pint Given Awards. We are the Pint Taken, so we're gonna give out some awards. So
Yeah.
these are the Pint Given Awards. And the first award, we'll just rotate back and forth.
Sure.
We can flip a coin.
You go
who goes
first.
I'll go
Yeah.
first. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the first award of 8 awards on the night here. The first award is the Nickelback Award for the beer that you'll never have again. So actually I should say you'll have never again, because they have a song on one of their albums called Never Again. So
Yeah.
this is the Nickelback Award. So this is the award for, unfortunately we got to throw the shade sometimes. There's
Yeah.
not all hits, there's some misses. Let's get this out of the way quick. So
Yeah.
this is your least favorite beer that we've had in our run so far.
Okay.
I'll kick it off. I had it last week, and I love Rorschach. They do great stuff.
Yep.
But oh my God, I had one called Pearl Clutching. It's a mango bubble tea milkshake IPA, and it was bad. And again, sometimes comes down to mood for me. If what I'm in the mood for, I thought it was an evening. I was like, I'm gonna try this. I have an expectation it could be bad.
Yeah.
Just the smell, the aftertaste, it was all wrong, man. It was just all bad. The aftertaste tasted like cheese. Like it was like funky. And it got the blip on the radar. It got a 0.1 on tap for me. It was
Ooh.
just there. But you know what? I should have known better, because I looked at it and I'm like, this could be bad. And it was bad. And you know what? Just teach their own. But that one, never again.
Did not suit your needs.
Nope, did not
Isn't
suit
bubble
anything.
tea tapioca anyway, which is not a real
Kinda-
thing?
That's the thing. It's a weird thing to begin with, right? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't even drink like probably a mango bubble tea like regular, but then throw that into a milkshake IPA. That's all kinds of chaos, man.
No.
That's yeah.
No.
So that was easily the winner for me.
Yeah.
Or the loser, I guess you'd say.
Well, the winner of the category, I guess.
The biggest loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
well,
got?
Going off of that, I think everybody knows my stance, and it's a recent one here. Flying Monkeys, that Space Age Sunshine Orange Creamsicle Quad.
The quad.
Nope. Never again.
Never again.
Not for me. I did not like it.
And we both had it too, within reasonably like same
Like,
time too.
A few days, I think. You bought
Mm-hmm.
it, and we're messaging back and forth, and you're like, look at this one. And I'm like, orange creamsicle. And I went and bought it like 2 or 3 days later. No.
Nope.
Gross. I didn't like it at all.
So
I'm, like,
congrats to
obviously-
these two beers.
Obviously, we're not going to sync them, but
No, and then I said they do great
Nasty.
stuff. It's just sometimes every brewery makes that one beer that you're just like, nah, not
Yeah,
my thing. Could be
they're
the next
not-
guy's thing though, right? So
yeah, like you look at a beer, the same way you look at somebody's social media page. It's not necessarily for you.
yeah,
So
true.
like, maybe that's their opinion, or in this case, creation. Not to my taste.
All right, now that's out of the way. We got
Yeah.
we
Now the
got
fun
least.
stuff. Now
But
the
you
fun
kind of
stuff
had to
begins.
highlight like what
Yeah.
was really off to you in that. So yeah, we got that out
Yeah.
of the way. So this next award is called the What Happened Award for the biggest surprise beer. So this
Yeah.
is the beer that like you were either expecting something bad and it was good, or like the opposite. It was like it just surprised you. It could be good, bad, ugly, whatever it was. But like what beer? We'll flip to you this time. What beer gave you the biggest like shock?
Okay, so like I got this around Christmas time, and it was one of my initial offerings from Blood Brothers, and it was the Guilty Remnant White Stout.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So I poured this out into my glass, which I mean, I think we pretty much only drink beer from glasses now.
Yeah, we're like that now.
Yeah,
We're
bougie
those
like
guys.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
And I poured it out, and it looked like a double coffee. And I'm like, stout? What? And then it tasted like a stout, but it looked nothing like it. It didn't look like this one, this barrel aged Lake of Bays that I'm drinking right now, like black. It was creamy looking and incredibly good.
What would you say the color
buy
like?
again.
What was like the? I kind of forget the picture you had on that one, but would it look like a lager? Like did it just look like
No, it looked like a double coffee.
Oh wow, like a like a beige color.
Yeah, like that light creamy color.
Wow.
But it's also a stout at the same time.
But you're thinking stout, yeah. You're like instantly go to dark, right? It's
It's like I don't even think I saw that it said white stout on it. I was like, whatever. Guilty Remnant. I love
this
this
bad?
name.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
How can this be bad? And it wasn't. It was so good.
They had that in the LCBO by my work. I seen Guilty Remnant
Buy it.
there, so next
Buy it.
time I will pick that up.
You won't be disappointed.
White stout's a
Hey,
trip.
you know
man.
what? Remember, and you checked this in today. Let's talk about that for a second. And like, this is credibility for me. Okay. Now, we went to Montreal, the O'Hara's Dry Irish Stout.
Yeah.
I had said that it's better than Guinness.
You said the words.
Please, please go ahead and
Now,
give me your version of what happened today.
The one caveat is that it was probably even better for you because you had it right there. But
Maybe.
I would say it's at least on par with Guinness. I don't know about better, but like it was like I almost couldn't tell the difference. Like it was quality. Like I liked it a lot.
Really good.
So like if you threw
Right.
me that and a Guinness side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one's which.
No.
So and I love a nice Guinness. Like that to me is like a crushable drink.
Yeah.
And this one was right on. At worst case, dead even.
Sure.
It was
So now,
really
like,
good.
So
Really
now
good.
I'm telling you about the Guilty Remnant.
Yeah.
You can
I'll have to
you
see.
can trust me.
To see if that checks out. I think
I
it
told
will,
you
though.
about that half and half series, and you went and got the cherry one, and it worked.
Changed my life.
Right, changed your life.
Changed
That's
my life.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah.
My pancreas was broken. It's not broken anymore. It's just
No, I'm
disintegrated.
pretty sure. I don't think that's how that works, but I'm no doctor.
That's a good one. I would for mine. This one I had back in December. It's quite a while ago. It was, and you might remember this one. It was the Madcap, Busted Orange, and it was from
Yes.
Big Rig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of looked into what that was about. I loved it. I was like, okay, it's another orange or blood orange or like that sort of family. And
Yep.
I was shocked at how good that was. I was
Yeah.
like, wow. Now the funny part is it's called a malted beverage. So it almost isn't in the beer family, but
Sure.
they actually base it on like orange pop. So like that's kind of the thing. It was 8%. So it's not like it was just some light whatever drink.
Yeah.
But I loved the color was great. It looked like orange pop.
Yep.
But it had the little bit of beer taste, but I was absolutely shocked at how good that was. And I still have on my, probably can't see it, but on my shelf back there, I have the Madcap can that I still kept. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a
Nice.
keeper for me. But I saw that. Where did I find that? I think it was in the beer store in Georgetown. And it was like one of those, like, yeah, I'll try that. It's orange. I like orange, but like just, yeah, solid. I was really surprised. So that was my big. So I guess we were both surprised for the better. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially after we down those first two.
Yeah.
Because you can be surprised the other way, that's for sure. So you have a high expectation.
And I
then,
think, well, I mean, you could say you were surprised, or for me, I could say I was surprised with that Nickelback one that I just spoke about, the Flying Monkeys one. It's orange
Yes.
creamsicle. How is that bad?
Mm.
Well, it was.
Mission
Plain and
accomplished.
simple, it was. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
BAD, man. All right, the next award number 3. This is the But Art is Subjective award for
Yeah.
the most attractive beer can that caught your attention. So this one, I'll jump in here.
Sure.
This one, it was kind of a toss up for me, but the one that spoke to me the most was the one I had actually on one of the episodes. It was called Our Pet Pilsner,
Okay.
and it had a
Yeah.
picture of the dog on it, and the dog looked like my dog.
You have
So
a dog.
that was sort of we locked eyes on the can.
Yeah.
And I just had to. The beer was okay, but it was the can that really got to me. So that was probably my favorite beer. I was like, wait a second, is that my dog on that can? So that was cool. Then there was also a shout out to that Angry Redhead beer I had, which was actually
Yes.
kind of great beer. That was actually could qualify for the surprise beer as well. It was excellent.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's just an angry redheaded girl on the cover with
Yeah.
like this red hue over it, and just like I was like, wow, that's kind of a like, is that stereotyping? Like, like I don't even know, but it was a cool can. But yeah, the dog one, that one got me just because it's a husky and it looks just like my dog. So
Yes.
I had to. So that was from Publican House. Yeah, so I'd never
Yeah.
seen that one before.
Publican
but
House in Peterborough. ON.
gotcha. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mine, and like I love the names, but the cans reflect the names. It's Refined Fool, and this one was How to Pretend You're a Normal Family, Normal Human Family. The cans are colorful. It's like cartoony,
Yeah.
block cap letters. I think they're dogs, if I recall correctly. They're like dogs dressed in human clothes, but they have a dog house and they're setting the table or something. Like,
How do you get that all in one can? That's like all that detail. It's like
I don't know, but
AI probably.
well, you just wait and see what you can do with AI. I'll tell you that. Check the socials.
Allen Iverson.
But yeah, I mean, if they didn't win best name, because the Refined Fool has wicked names.
Yeah.
Their can art is really nice because like it's solid. Most of it's like a solid can color, and then they've
Yeah.
got the art around. Yeah, I really enjoy them.
It's interesting now because I feel like even a couple years ago, the cans were there, but I
Yeah.
feel like more people are going bold now.
Yeah.
So like it's like now the bold cans don't stand out as much because there's
No,
more
they
of
don't.
them.
Simplistic
Before you'd walk
designs.
in and be like, "What the heck is that?" But now I feel like there's "What the heck is that?" all over the place. You're kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
You're almost
that's
desensitized.
a little bit, yeah, a lot of color out there, right? So
Yeah.
it's harder to notice now.
Yeah.
All right, next award we have, and this is on the piggyback of the
names.
can, the name. So this is the
Yeah.
Sticks and Stones Award for the best beer name.
Yeah. I got a good one.
You got a good one? I can
Yeah, I got a good
imagine.
one.
'Cause we're all
So-
about the beer names.
And we've talked about this since the episode, like the Genesis episode, right? Like who comes
Oh
up
my
with
God.
the names and how do they start?
Yeah.
But I had this at the I Heart Beer and Taco Festival was the Ghosts of Juan El Monte.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. From Bicycle
forgot
Craft.
about that.
From Bicycle Craft in Ottawa. Like it's just so the ghost style of beer.
Yeah.
Juan El Monte. Like you can't help but say Juan El Monte. You have to say it like that.
They should have
So-
Antonio Banderas on the cover. That's
Antonio Banderas.
Banderas.
Yeah,
That's-
but that was my winner for sure. And the beer was an amazing beer as well. Like
Yeah.
jalapeno, stop. It was a good
Oh,
jalapeno. It was the
more-
flavor of jalapeno, not the spice. So like, I go back and listen to our old episodes, whatever. I think we talk about jalapeno beer every episode.
You know what? It's here's the thing. It's not the spice. I'm not a spice guy anyway, but I
No.
actually don't like the taste of jalapenos, even if they weren't spicy. It's a
Yeah.
weird taste to me. So the beer, I mean, it's not mango bubble tea, but it's
Which, you know what? I'm kind of happy that the mango bubble tea has overtaken the jalapeno
Oh, it's-
lime that we had. in
I would
October.
drink 10 of those before I drink that again. Like, there's no chance. I was like, nope.
Wow, that's a bold statement. That one. Yeah, but this one was really good. It had coriander, excuse me, which is just a fancy word for cilantro. and then it had some lime and some salt, and you could taste all of those ingredients, and it was really, really good. But the name made it even more delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. The one I chose was we talked about this one before too, but Florida Stole My Parents.
Yes.
That's a great name. It's a refined full name, like you just said. So they're great with the names. It was actually a great IPA as well. It was really fresh, but like you look at the can, it's like it's got the picture of the parent. Like it's Florida Stole My Parents is a great name. There was I actually had a second one that I was debating on too. While we were in California at Disney. Yeah. The U.S. is like a next level when it comes to the names, but there was one called Slap and Tickle. And it was by Brewery X, which is actually I think they had won a couple awards in the beer cup awards, but Slap and Tickle just brought out like the 13-year-old boy in me, right? Of
course.
That's pretty good. So anything that makes you laugh is
and
worth
the
it. So.
Hey Dad, did you change
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. If we had a drink of that, there's no chance that gets topped.
That's a list on all of them except for the first one.
Greatest of all time. That's the GOAT right there. That name. Oh my God,
dude!
I gotta look up their website and see if they come out with any more or other ones.
It gets me.
I'm sure they do.
Evil Twin.
Me too.
Evil Twin. Yeah. In NYC.
So I gotta go look and see. Like, do they have? Is this just one off, or do they do this all the time? Because
oh my God,
that's pretty genius, actually.
And if maybe we should order one or two. Like, what if the beer is actually really good at the same time?
It could be.
We're missing out.
Might be worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Next award. This is the Look at Me, I'm a Foodie award based on your favorite food-inspired beer. So obviously we talk a lot about these beers that have these crazy ingredients, a lot of food, desserts, sweet things, fruit, all this stuff. So this one is for the best food-inspired beer. So it's got to have some kind of relation to food.
Sure.
I think it's me kicking off.
Sure, if you want. Yeah.
I went with we mentioned this earlier. I went with the bestowed chocolate covered strawberry from Third Moon.
Yeah.
Still in my fridge. Still waiting for you. But that one was such a pleasant surprise. I thought, okay, this could go either way, and it was absolutely bomb. It was 11%, so like up there. Yeah. But it actually tasted like eating a chocolate covered strawberry. I couldn't believe it.
Okay.
So this is my food-inspired, like, chocolate-covered strawberries. Close your eyes. Just think of eating a chocolate-covered strawberry, and it was in a beer form. It was delicious.
Huh. Well,
delicious.
So I misjudged or misinterpreted what this category was. So I picked a beer. Anyway. I picked a beer that went well with my food that I was legit eating. So
that makes sense.
I mean, I'm not mad at this selection, but it's the 18-pounder amber ale from Doghouse. I paired it with steak. It was so good. Next category. We talked about this at length in another episode, and I just misinterpreted what you said, but I stand by my choice. It was a perfect beer for a steak.
It's two different categories.
Yeah. Because
that's a bonus.
You said it to me. It's like, I'm a foodie. I'm like, okay, so he means what beer we're drinking when we eat something. I'm like, that's an easy one. Right at the top of my head. Bang. This I don't have to scour Untapped. Not a sponsor. I don't have to scour Untapped for that. This one, slam dunk. Worst beer that I've had, slam dunk. Beer with food, slam dunk.
It's just a slam dunk on your own net. No big deal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, own goal, whatever. Goal. Let's move on to like the best can art category. What did you call that one again?
Well, this one I called it the Sydney Sweeney Award for the most photogenic beer. So this is like after you pour it. Like, what is the most beautiful looking beer you've had in the last, 7 months now?
Yeah.
So
like,
you get to pour and you're like, wow, like look, like that could be hung on the wall. Like,
yeah, right. Like, yeah. And I think for all of our listeners, audio, whatever, you'd have to go and check our Untapped.
Yeah, because we always take photos, right? So
sorry, I'm fighting off 3 dogs here at the same time, and they're causing a ruckus, and they're making a mess, and it's the little puppy that's making the biggest mess right now.
Oh, the young.
So I kind of had to give them a little bit of a sandal toss at them there, so they'd stop doing what they were doing. Apologies for that.
That's okay.
But anyway, you'd have to go onto our Untapped, and I just had one recently at Canvas Brewing. It's the Dublin Stout. I had it in a flight. It was in the little taster glass. It still had the head on it, and I was able to take like an angled picture and like I don't know, like blur out the background, but the black
like a portrait, like
yeah, the background was the bar.
Oh, nice.
So like it was really nice, and I'm sure we can post that on our other socials page. But
sometimes the lighting is a big deal too, right? You get the lighting right.
Yeah.
You're like, look at that, it's glorious.
Absolutely.
So like that's part of it, I think.
Yeah.
I went back to this half and half cherry sour and
did ya?
Just because when you look at it in a glass, it's like burgundy. And it's like you can see how thick it is. Like see through it. There's no chance. It doesn't even look like it basically looks like if you wedged chocolate cake into a glass, and that's what it was like. But it also had this cherry like burgundy tint to it. So
Right.
like I looked at that and I was just like, that is beautiful. Like look at that, it's so thick. It's like it's
and
just
I remember
glorious.
looking at your picture on Untapped, and I was like, wow, that looks delicious. I want to eat
It's like
that.
a smoothie where like if you like poured it out, like it wouldn't pour all right away. It would be like dripping out. Yeah. But it was so nice to look at. It was beautiful. I will give a shout out though too. I was looking back at my pictures, and there was one beer that Third Moon had. It was called With or Without You.
Yeah.
And it was like this brightest, sunny, beautiful yellow color. And I think maybe the lighting in the picture was good too, but like it just looked so nice.
Yeah.
It was like so yellow and just perfect. It was like a hazy IPA, and it was just like this beautiful color. And it had the glass with the black writing on it, so like looked even like it popped even more, and like it just looked delicious. Like I don't know how you couldn't love something like that. It's just so good.
It's difficult to not love. It's difficult to not be romantic about beer.
And they say chivalry's dead. Come on,
right?
They didn't say to who.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Chivalry
Self-love is a
dead.
thing also.
Exactly. Self-care.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, 2 awards left. So this one is, I changed the name of this on you. They're probably going to laugh at this. So this is the Remember When We Couldn't Go to Bars Because of COVID award for the favorite beer you've had at a location. So this could be a brewery, a restaurant, a festival, Disneyland, wherever you had it on location. So not Untapped at home, but anywhere out you've had. So what was the best beer you've had since the beginning out somewhere?
I have to go with the Jagged Little Pilsner out at Stratton.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? Like it was a special event that we were doing. It was the atmosphere of the place, and it was a direct recommendation from the founder of the brewery.
So all the elements were kind of right.
Like it all kind of like all the 5 suns aligned at one time. And you know, like that's a big recommendation by anybody, especially the owner or founder of a brewery. And you're sitting in their brewery having it, and it was all the things that were described. So
that is special. Yeah.
It was kismet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
totally
sense. It's not just about the beer. It's like the elements were all there to
it all
really
it all
have the
worked
experience.
out and it all lined up perfectly for that particular beer and that particular day.
Yeah.
How about you?
Makes sense. That's good. I mentioned Disney. So anyone that knows me, I'm not a ride guy. So amusement parks to me are not the best time for me.
Sure.
You do it for the kids. Disneyland is an adventure in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But to me, an amusement park isn't my favorite place to be. But, seeing the kids happy, that's everything. Yeah. But in particular, we went in January. So Disney and California were a little chillier than usual. So the park, especially near like in the evenings, was like getting chilly. Like it was not pleasant compared to what you'd think California is. So what helped me along in survival mode was we went and there's lots of places for beer, but we stopped at one place and it was this beer called Mango Cart from Golden Road, which is in Anaheim, so it's close to Disney too. But this beer was fantastic. Yeah. It was like mango juice, but like it actually helped me in the moment be like, hey, my it improved my vibe, you could say. And
Sure.
it was such a great beer. And I went back for a second one. It was just so good. I mean, I don't know what I even paid for it, but it didn't matter. It
Didn't
was,
matter. No.
here's my right lung. It doesn't work as well as it used to, but like
Here,
here it
have
is.
my pancreas.
Yeah, it's good. I promise.
Yeah, I'll
But
trade
you know
you
what
my pancreas for a beer.
I got you, sucker.
Yeah.
The funny part was this beer just won an award at the World Beer Cup.
And you've had it.
I've had it. So, and I mean, how many beers did I have while I was there? Like maybe 10. Like it wasn't like a lot, but this beer, specifically this one, won in the fruit wheat beer category. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if it was gold or not, but they won one of the 3 awards for that.
Nice.
And I was like, oh man, I remember when I saw it, I'm like, Mango Cart. And I just remember how delicious that beer was. It didn't taste like beer. It was one of those dangerous, like, whoa, that was gone way too quick. Like
that was so good kind of beers.
Get another one going here.
Yeah.
But it helped my Disney survival, and no regrets. It was beautiful.
I love it. And you know, like now that I know that you've had a beer that has won an award at a World Beer Cup, now we can discuss a little bit of our experiences, because I have had one and you have had one. It's kind of like I'm a little bit of a connoisseur. What have you done? Right? Like I don't know. It just feels. It feels a little posh. I feel like I should be drinking
It's
this.
like asking Rick, like, how many beer awards the Canadian wins?
Molson Canadian. Yeah. How many beer awards? 0? Cool. Yeah. I mean, but Molson Canadian has a time and a place.
Yeah. Showers.
For some. Yeah. Speaking of shower beers,
I did.
You did it. Pulled off the Band-Aid. And?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did it once before, but this was like a calculated, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have a hot shower.
Perfect time.
And that Corona didn't stand a chance, man. You know what's interesting about shower beer? Going back to shower beer, shower beer. Like maybe you'd agree with this, but like I feel like shower beer is not a craft beer place. It's it could be, but I feel like it's like a beer.
Big beer.
That's how I feel. I feel like I couldn't bring in like a raspberry ghost in there. Like it's got to be like a
more
beer.
Difficult. It's more difficult.
That might be the only time you drink it out of a can too anymore.
Yeah,
or
a bottle. You don't really want to bring a glass into the shower, and craft beer is good out of the can. But I would say, you want to bring in a cold big beer in there and set it on whatever, the shelf or at the back of the shower. Somewhere where it's obviously not going to get suds in it, but yeah.
What do you know? It's not like you drink award-winning beer or anything. Come on.
I know, exactly. Jump. Your palate is disgusting.
Inexperienced rookie.
Right.
All right, last award of the night.
Here we go. Yeah.
Here it is. This is the Honey, I Just Listed the House on the Market award for the favorite overall beer, all the things together, favorite overall beer you've had in 164 since November. This is the beer that you put the house on the market and you move next door to whatever brewery sells that beer. You've threatened that many times before, and I still think there's a 1% chance it happens.
There's no one here to stop me right now. Just saying.
Put it up in the morning, man.
Yeah, I might. Sunday. I don't know. We know a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, if this beer is worth it, then you got to take your options seriously.
Here's the thing about this beer, okay? And I'm leaning in on this one, and I'm turning the microphone up at it. This beer changed my life.
Oh,
it changed my life. I never thought this was even a possibility. And I'm forever grateful that I have found this beer on this brewery's website. It is the half and half blueberry pancakes, French toast, blueberry French toast. Sorry, like I nearly lost it. I'm just thinking about stuff. This, oh my gosh, like this beer is, it's food in a can. Like it's liquefied food, but it's a beer. But you don't know that it's beer, but it has an alcohol volume, but it's beer. And somebody thought of this to think, let's try all of these things together. We can get all those flavors in there, and they can be liquefied, and they can be beer. And they, like I can't. I have no words other
I know
than
what you mean. Yeah.
holy.
And not
Sorry,
just
sorry.
not
We're
just
moving. We're moving.
not just food though, like good food, like French
Good,
toast, like
tasty food. Like it's not,
yeah.
no offense to IHOP or whatever, but like this is a mom and pop type restaurant that they specialize in French toast. Really?
Yeah.
It's the Francais house or whatever. Like whatever French. Like I can't even think right now because I'm so excited about this beer. Whatever French name you want to put on a restaurant that does breakfast.
I tried to get it, man. I tried hard.
You would not have been disappointed.
No, I wouldn't have been.
And then I followed it up with another beer from Blood Brothers. Like I stacked them because I had.
What did you have?
I had the half and half blueberry French toast, and then right after that, I had the Damnation, which is like a coffee. It's
breakfast
like
beer,
coffee milkshake.
Yep.
But beer. Like it was just like
who's doing this?
I hope they make a lot of money.
Well, and I hope they keep doing this style,
Yeah.
right? The half and half, like that's key.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean,
I need that.
really
I'm so disappointed. And I think I went like a week late. Like it wasn't even that much. It was literally like I went the week after. I was like, they just didn't have any more. And I was like,
I went on their website, I think a day or 2 or 3 days later, and it was
gone.
It was gone.
Yeah. Things sell out fast, man. Especially these anniversary stuff that's been out lately. Yeah, the Third Moon had their anniversary. Rorschach had an anniversary not that long ago. When they do the releases for the anniversary, like Third Moon, we were on there like minutes after it opened and sold out. Like I'm gonna go maybe tomorrow and see what they have left, but the taster
anything.
pack, it's just it's gone, sold out.
I mean, and the price was fairly steep.
It was like $175 for whatever it was. Yeah, there were a couple bottles in there though.
There
were a couple of actual bottles, so it was like bigger. They're like $17
like wine
each.
bottle sizes, like 750, 750
like
mil.
special edition wax on them. Yeah, it's pretty. It looked cool.
I probably would have had to sell the house because of the divorce if I would have bought that. But hey, whatever.
Oh, it would apply to this category.
I'd be closer to Blood Brothers on those half and half series than, just kidding. I would
live your life, man.
I would never want that. So.
Well, mine is, you know how I feel about the Epoch Slushy series.
Mm-hmm.
It's my true love. Yeah, I would move. I mean, moving to Milton for me is actually not that big of a stretch.
No, you can fit that in your little car.
Yeah, that's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tie for me because these two beers are actually really close in nature. They're not really that different. So for me, my two favorites of the Epoch Slushy series were the Staycation and the Painkiller, and what those each were.
Yeah.
So they're really close in ingredients and in taste. They have all my favorite fruits kind of combined. They're beautiful to look at. They're like just that beautiful golden color, thick as could be. So the Staycation had the mango, pineapple, banana, and coconut. Yeah. And then the Painkiller had pineapple, orange, and coconut. So pretty similar.
Yeah.
The funny thing was the Painkiller was the very first beer I drank on this episode. It was the E1. Yeah. It was the very first one. So like when I look at my Untapped back to all those beers we've had, it's the very first one on the list because it's like the oldest one.
Perfect.
And that's like kind of ties it up. But like those two beers are just, it's like drinking Vacation. Like it's oh man, just so good. So good. I had a Staycation one left here a couple weeks ago, and I think your mom tried it, and Steph tried it too, and it was just like, just close your eyes and just take a sip of this. Like it's such a treat. Like you don't crush 6 of them, but oh my god, just like it feels like you're on a resort somewhere, and it's like one of those Coco Locos or whatever the hell they call half those things, right? It's like so good.
Those piñas.
I think those were my favorite two beers. I mean, favorite beer, really. They're kind of the same thing, but so delicious. Just a treat.
It's wild, too, that they call them beer, right?
I know, right?
The half and half. Okay, let's look at this, too. I didn't know what you were going to say, but let's look at our 2 favorite beers in the last 7 months. They aren't
even beer.
Quote, beer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're beer. They have an alcohol by volume, but they aren't golden in color.
Nope.
Mine was purple. Purple and thick.
Was it really purple?
She thick. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and mine was like both the same kind of color golden. They weren't even.
Yeah,
Neither of them were see through.
No.
Neither of them
No,
had like
sir.
carbonation. It was just like it's.
No. But like
Yeah.
this is why we're doing this, right? Like
Yeah.
we're taking pints and we're drinking them and we're liking the art and the science behind beer making.
Yeah, and the
And we're talking
experimentation
about it,
and the
right?
creativity and yeah.
And we're talking about it. And it's fun. It's fun to try them all. And like they're not all winners, as we've discussed in a few episodes, and
Mhm.
they won't always be winners. But you got to
Yep.
try them. Why not? Because somebody has thought about this, and they've thought about this real hard, and they've, maybe it was like some brewery apprentice that thought, hey, I've got an idea for a beer, and they pitched it, and it just didn't turn out. But now,
Yeah.
like 3 years from now, they'll perfect that, and
That happens for sure.
it'll be on our list, right?
Trust the process.
We'll be at the 10-year mark at some point, and we'll be hitting collabs with other breweries, hopefully down the road, and it'd be great. But yeah,
Part of the journey.
The beer industry has gone crazy, and will
Yeah.
continue to go crazy.
And yeah, maybe we'll end up checking out the World Beer Cup at some point. That would be pretty
Dubai
fun.
2026.
Yeah. We'll get Third Moon there.
Yeah,
Or one of them.
right.
Anyway, that's awards season, man. So
I
we
love
handed
it.
out some awards. We talked about some prestigious World Beer Awards, and
Yep.
I think we already have sort of a spark maybe for the next episode. So we might have a quick turnaround time. We'll see, but this was a lot of fun to catch up back in our habitat, like I said at the beginning.
That's it.
And
That's it.
yeah,
I've got lots of time on my hands, so we could do an episode every night for the next 5 nights.
imagine that. Whew.
Just kidding. I have floors to mop and
We just sit here and drink beer and look at each other and don't even say anything. It's like,
fine.
just
Sold.
mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure my boss will understand.
You look real sick today, man. Yep.
Yeah, sure do.
Self-induced.
I got sick of this disease.
Call in not interested.
Yeah. Got the anal glaucoma. Can't see my ass coming to work tomorrow. Just kidding.
You'll be
Just
there.
kidding. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
Because I'm an adult.
Another
I'm
pint
done.
taken, bud.
I finished.
Oh,
mine.
that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Close my eyes and dream about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers,
Cheers, bud.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Till next time.
Yes, sir.